Okay, so let's give you some more examples here, okay? Now, let's look at this. Do you think you're worthy of a Kim Kardashian or Angelina, assuming she's single? And you can look at it from the social fantasy map. The answer? Hell no. No way. You ain't worthy. Who are you? She could have millions of men. Who the hell are you? You know, it's social value and social dynamics. It's non sexual. It's just a different map with different values. Okay? So, from a social fantasy perspective, what does this do? If she can have millions of men, that creates anxiety in the real world if you were ever to meet her. Because there's no way you're worthy. She has all this power, this value. But guess what? It's not sexual power, it's social power. You know? How on earth can you compare when she's got like all this entourage and security around her and millions of men want to be with her? She is on a pedestal. And who are you to compare? All right? But again, that's a social map. It's not even a map. Remember, it's just mislabeled. So if you're seeing her, oh, her hot body and stuff, is that leading you to a relationship physically one-on-one with her? Absolutely not. It's a social relationship. It's a relationship of fantasy. Okay? None of it's about sex. Other than that, your energy is manipulated and misused by a lot of media or propaganda, you know. And, you know, it's just up to you to see that, oh, wait a minute. This really is marketing. It's fantasy. It's fake. I'm not affected by it. I am powerful. But how do you get there is having a natural map. Because if you only see things socially, you don't compare. The thing is, that's not what leads to sex anyways, with her or with any supermodel or anything. It doesn't matter their social status, okay, or that millions of men want them. That is not what leads to a real one-on-one amazing night of hot sex in bed. None of this leads to that, okay? So from a social map, no, you're not worthy, okay? And it's easy to believe that. But we're not talking social dynamics. Sexuality from a natural map is something else. Okay, so let's look at that. If you got a strong natural map, let's look at it differently. And you'll see things more like this. We are equals. I'm absolutely worthy. Simply because the fact that I am a man, her equal and polar opposite. Okay, you're worthy of a Kim Kardashian on a natural map. Absolutely. Even with all of her makeup on. You are worthy. That is the natural map. That's the power of the natural map. Maybe you're starting to see some exciting new future and value here. Okay, so it's believing this natural map. So a natural would believe this. We're equals. Of course I'm worthy, and I know how to turn a woman on and develop things into actual physical romantic sex and so forth. Her social status and false illusion of beauty doesn't affect me because I know it's not natural, real, or what leads to us being together or together with any man in any process, because it's not the process of physical seduction. Okay? A natural understands what is and understands that all this glamour and beauty does not lead to one-on-one physical attraction. Okay? It leads to the fantasy of it. So a natural, and viewing things from a natural map, you become far more powerful and you become equal to all these beautiful women. Okay? This is what natural grounding does and relational mastery. And you have a power and value to bring out of them because you understand what true sexuality is. So you accept your power as a man and absolutely have the power to potentially impregnate any woman, no matter her social status. Because you understand and believe in polarity, not in all this leveraged mass media social value, okay, which doesn't lead to anything but more the fantasy and products being bought and sold. Okay, so you can love the way she smiles and women light up around you. Women are down to earth and you love their inner beauty because that physical process, that means you one-on-one with women. And in the natural map and paradigm, when you're in that relationship of polarity, there is no anxiety. So when you are with women, you can relish in their beauty and how they look. And you see their sexuality is something entirely different. Remember the natural alphas? So you see them. So instead of seeing the, the glamour and, oh, she's out of touch, by truly believing in the natural physical reality, that it's a one-on-one process between you and women, and there's nothing to be afraid of on the true definition of sexuality, you start believing that you are worthy, always based out of respect, but out of polarity. We're not wussy nice guys here. We really know how to turn women on from a natural map. You get into the natural map, you will be powerful and confident in what women want. And some of that may be a little unpolitically correct, but it is what women want. That man who is sure of himself, confident, cocky in a little way, not being a jerk at all. It's just you understand the power of nature and you're not thrown off by all of the glamour and the beautification and sexploitation, because it doesn't lead to physical reality. It's all the fantasy. It never leads to sex. No matter how much you masturbate to porn, that is not attracting anything real. Okay? In fact, it's wiring you to repel women in reality, because that is not the process of actual seduction or attraction. Okay, so here you are worthy from a natural map as compared to a social perspective, when she could be with all these millions of other men that want to be with her. It's like, no, those are social dynamics. And if you believe that that's sexuality, of course you're not worthy. But it's not sexual. It doesn't lead to any sex. Okay? So understanding the natural map, you are worthy, and it's a one-on-one physical thing. Plus, you never have any anxiety. So here she's without her makeup, or not much makeup, looks entirely different. That's a whole separate understanding to go through. But the more you do natural grounding and understand the secret of women, the more you will find you are not thrown off by powerful, beautiful women, that you really are their equal in polarity, so that there's always attraction and sparks when you're meeting women. And it's actually going to become pretty strong, because the test of your power is not being thrown off by other people of power. Natural grounding, it handles all of that. Okay? It just does it. You bring things into a physical, natural understanding of reality. Okay? This is how things have always worked. We're just getting back in touch with it. Okay, the test. Can you now start to differentiate both ways of seeing, defining, or viewing sexuality, or what is sexual behavior? And how different are they? The sexual fantasy definition and the natural physical definition of sexuality and the process. And how different are they? And can you see how it can make all of the difference? I encourage you to check out the video phone breakdown I did, Beyonce and Lady Gaga video, where you can, from one frame to the next, well, with the slider where they're on stage and off stage, see a complete change in both definitions of sexual behavior. I'm not showing you right here. I do have that. I think it's on YouTube. If not, then it's definitely with Relational Mastery. But you can see the social fantasy definition of sexuality, and you can also see them off stage, off camera, where you can see the real, authentic, physical sexuality. All right, so it's in understanding and believing which map of reality you choose. Okay, believe in the fantasy, which attracts more non-physical relationships, or believe in this, which is the open, flirty, responsive, touchy openness of